whatever could be on your mind.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the shows and miniseries that changed the game, upped the ante, or started a new trend for period television.
And if we burn down the palace in the process?
We'll build a new one, Orlo. New palace, new Russia.
Number 10. Our Flag Means Death. Who doesn't love hijinks on the high seas? In its 2 seasons on HBO, this comedy followed the adventures of the legendary Captain Blackbeard, his crew and aristocrat Stede Bonnet, who tags along in search of excitement.
Much as I hate to admit it, Captain Bonnet's theatrical instincts are finally home. He's more than up to the challenge.
Well, thank you. Maybe I misjudged you. Let's do it.
This consistently funny rom-com was both a sleeper hit and critically acclaimed. It raised the bar for period TV with its LGBTQ+ representation, and in particular the well-written main romance between Blackbeard and Bonnet.
I love you. I love you. I know that.
Our Flag Means Death resonated with audiences so much that it received multiple arts and entertainment awards for its inclusivity. If you're looking for a cozy, goofy take on swashbucklers, this period piece is worth watching.
Opening speech went well, very inspiring. Oh yes, I guess the big note is more energy. We're swashbuckling. We're looting. Let's have fun with it.
Number 9. Rome. Et tu, Brute indeed. A lavish and immersive epic, Rome portrays an ancient time period with plenty of era-appropriate violence and sexuality.
Go on then.
I've never actually tortured anyone. I don't know how.
You don't know how?
They have specialists.
The show followed the rise and fall of some of history's most storied power players. While depicting the machinations of the upper class, it also showed the gritty, everyday lives of the 2 Roman soldiers drawn into the orbit of Julius Caesar, Octavian, and Mark Antony, as well as the many other historical figures who appeared on screen.
Regarding Pompey Magnus, I wish to apologize. It was my actions that brought him here to this end. If I had done my duty...
Indeed. Dismiss.
Part of Rome's impact comes from its early ending. There were 5 seasons planned, but the same high production values that made it so great were costly and caused its early cancellation.
You're swearing now, but someday you'll destroy me. Remember, far better women than you have sworn to do the same. Go look for them now.
If you haven't seen it already, you really should binge this game changer. Number 8. Outlander.
I am a woman of Balmain. The folk have stolen me over again. The stones seem to say, I stood upon the hill and the wind did rise, and the sound of thunder rolled across the land.
A mix of historical fiction, time travel, romance and fantasy make this show a fan favourite trendsetter. Outlander is based on a novel series about a former World War II military nurse who gets transported to 1743.
1743, decades before the American Revolution. England and France are at war, again. One of the Hanover kings is on the throne. But which one?
Stranded in Scotland, she must navigate an older time and vastly different politics and social rules. The drama makes its mark because of the romance that its plot revolves around.
You need not be scared of me, nor anyone else here, so long as I'm with you.
Claire and her Highland warrior love interest, Jamie, electrify the screen, keeping viewers invested in their relationship. Outlander is almost 2 period dramas in one. By bending its genres together without breaking either, it's a compelling watch for anyone who hasn't come across it yet.
I wanted to look well, the same as when you last saw me.
Time doesn't matter, Sasnak. You will always be beautiful to me.
Number 7. Call the Midwife. For a period piece that wonderfully depicts people outside of castles or manors, look no further than this PBS gem.
I generally answer to Chummy. My pa used to say, long dogs need short names.
Follow me. Mind your head.
Call the Midwife depicts a group of nuns and young midwives providing medical and maternity care to vulnerable women in several periods from the 1950s to the 1970s. The show makes this list because of its empathetic and down-to-earth way of dealing with difficult traumas such as abortion, substance use disorder, faith and racial inequality.
Can I really understand my patient's problems when I'm so unworldly?
You are faced with a conundrum. Conundrums require solutions. Do you have one?
Call the Midwife also takes plotlines from real medical headlines in the periods covered, including widespread disease outbreaks and health breakthroughs. With a rotating cast and narration by acting great Vanessa Redgrave, this gem's heartfelt narratives make a serious impact.
We had a way at looking the future in the eye. Not frightened at all.
Number 6. Bridgetton.
What is the meaning of this? I've seen enough.
But Your Majesty, there's still...
I have seen enough!
Put on your fanciest suit or gown for this one. Few period dramas have had the same widespread impact as this Regency London romance. Based on a series of novels, Bridgetton has the trend-setting touch of scandal, with showrunner Shonda Rhimes as producer.
Do not tell me that is yet another scandal sheet.
No, this one is different. This one lists subjects by name in full. Let me see!
Its plot follows the matchmaking drama around the 8 attractive, wealthy Bridgetton siblings. The show has enough pining, longing glances and steamy intimate scenes to satisfy almost any romance enthusiast.
Do you even know all the ways a lady can be seduced? The things I could teach you.
I did not ask for this. To be plagued by these feelings.
Bridgetton makes a unique impact through elements like the use of modern music in its background score and its racially diverse cast. On top of all that, the show's comedic and anonymous narrator, Lady Whistledown, is voiced by Julie Andrews.
I was sharpening my knives for all of you.
Number 5. Downton Abbey. Afternoon tea became a regular appointment for millions of viewers because of this period phenomenon.
Oh, don't worry. There are plenty of hours in the day. And of course I'll have the weekend.
We'll discuss this later. We mustn't bore the ladies.
What is a weekend?
This most watched show on PBS and ITV depicted the trials and tribulations of the residents of a fictional estate in Yorkshire, England, between 1912 and 1926. Audiences followed complex plot lines about both the aristocratic Crawley family and the lives of their domestic servants.
Anna, I will not insult you by asking that you also conceal Lady Mary's shame.
Downton Abbey commits fully to the lavish visual aesthetic of the post-Edwardian era. Its stories cover major real events including World War I, the sinking of the Titanic, and the Spanish flu pandemic. With 2 films released since the series' end and 3rd on the way, Downton Abbey is definitely a household name in the genre.
You'd never want to leave Downton and start up somewhere else, would you? And tell me truthfully.
What brought this on?
Just tell me.
Leave Downton. I think we're stuck with it, aren't we?
Yes. Yes, I believe we are.
Number 4. Mad Men.
What you call love was invented by guys like me to sell nylons.
Is that right?
This AMC juggernaut set a new standard for 60s to 70s era period television. Over 7 seasons, Mad Men followed the employees of a New York City advertising agency, their messy personal lives, and the shifting culture of the United States.
So you'll find account executives and creative executives all mixed in together. Please don't ask me the difference. Great. Hopefully if you follow my lead, you can avoid some of the mistakes I've made here.
Hello, John.
Like that one.
Issues like the birth control pill, racism, homophobia, social mobility, and the prevalence of smoking are portrayed through the characters' lives and intertwining journeys. We also see the often cynical origins of many iconic American brands and ad campaigns. The swinging 60s were a time of major upheaval, for the home and for the workplace, and Mad Men is a cutting exploration of what those changes actually look like, especially for women.
I just saved this company. I signed the first new business since Lucky Strike left. But it's not as important as getting married. Again.
Well, I was just made Director of Agency Operations. A title, no money, of course. And if they poured champagne, it must have been while I was pushing the mail cart.
Number 3. Roots. There is nothing quite like this 1977 epic.
I became obsessed with a desire to know more about our family, more about its history. It was a search that would take me finally 12 years to complete. And those things that I learned, I wrote in a book called Roots.
Roots is based on a 1976 novel of the same name and follows the story of Kunta Kinte and his descendants, starting with Kunta's abduction from Gambia, Africa in the 1750s to generations later in post-Civil War America. The miniseries was a landmark in inclusivity, historical depictions, and emotional narratives.
Since we were taken from our homes, I have learned another lesson.
What lesson?
I've learned to stay alive.
Approximately 100 million viewers across the United States tuned in to witness the show's finale, and Roots won 9 Primetime Emmy Awards with its powerful storytelling. By never shying away from the awful realities of slavery and America's early years, stories like Roots left an unforgettable mark on period TV.
What's your name?
Kunta. Number 2. Band of Brothers. World War II has been depicted in countless films and TV shows, but this HBO miniseries is truly unforgettable. Over 10 episodes, viewers follow members of Easy Company of the US Army's 101st Airborne Division, from their training in 1942 to the end of the war.
You know, they stop boys as much as I do. I still got my shoot, my reserve shoot, my May West, my M1. Where are you keeping your brass knuckles?
The show is based on real accounts from the division's veterans. Excerpts from their interviews are what open each episode.
I did things, I didn't do them for medals, I didn't do them for accolades, I did them because it's what had to be done.
We see characters endure unimaginable traumas, as well as watch major operations such as D-Day and the liberation of a concentration camp. Some elements were changed to improve the narrative structure, but Band of Brothers makes this list for its depiction of the horrifying effects of war.
Is the war over, sir? No. We have orders to Berchtesgaden, and we're going to move out 1 hour.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Pride and Prejudice, because its commitment to the iconic source material makes it timeless.
It taught me to hope that I'd scarcely ever allowed myself to hope before. I knew that had you absolutely decided against me, you would have acknowledged it openly.
Yes, you know enough of my frankness to believe me capable of that.
Deadwood, because its real-life characters and historical accuracy portray a gritty Wild West.
Hold on to my horse, I'll show you how to do it.
You know what we're doing. Put your hat back on and stick with your wagon.
And what if I don't?
Stand there mouthing off and you'll find out.
Boardwalk Empire, because its detailed Prohibition-era setting highlights gangs, corruption, and power.
I come to pay my respects, Mr. White. We really need all these guns? Now, if you put yours down first.
The Great, because its humour adds a memorable spin on the life of Catherine the Great.
I don't want to kill you. You're not a bad person.
I could kill you. You are a bad person.
See, I like you. You're funny. In a droll, despairing sort of way. I couldn't take a lot of it, but occasionally it's refreshing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Crown. There are many depictions of European monarchs in period television, but this is in a category all its own.
But for better or worse, the crown has landed on my head.
And I say we go.
The Crown covers the life of Queen Elizabeth II, from her wedding to Prince Philip in the 1940s to the wedding of one of their sons in 2005. Having served for 70 years, the late Queen Elizabeth had the longest reign of any queen regnant in history, and The Crown takes full advantage of this.
You've been on the throne for over half a century. That's longer than any other queen.
Apart from Queen Victoria.
How effective was she by the end?
The main cast changes every 2 seasons to show the progression of time, and nearly every performance is fantastic. While some dramatic license was taken to improve the storytelling, the show recreates numerous impactful events that many viewers were alive for. The Crown changed the game for period dramas because it might not ever be replicated.
I'm determined to win this battle, Sonny. I don't often get into a fight, but when I do, I want to win.
What shows and miniseries do you think made a lasting impact on period television? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
What a congery of heroes. Such vim. I feel like Helen of Troy. Would you adjourn to the courtyard?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.